Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something a little different. Let's call this the 10 do's and don'ts when packing for a trip, but also not wanting to look boring on said trip. I feel like a lot of the travel, especially travel fashion advice, really is to pare down your items, wear just a black tank top and go on your merry way. But for me, I feel like vacation is the time to bring out those bold patterns and prints and wear what you want, wear things that you might not wear in your everyday life, but still not need to take 3 suitcases to get the job done. And before we get into the tips, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is Quince. They do have a line of luggage. If you guys didn't know, I talk about Quince's fashion a lot, but their luggage is premium. So that leads me to my first tip, and that is don't waste your space. You want to maximize every inch, whether it comes to your suitcase or your personal item. I do love that the Quince carry-on is the maximum size for the airline that I usually fly. They have a little chart up on their website that you can double check which of the suitcase sizes will work for you, depending on which airline you're taking. This suitcase is lightweight. It's around 6-7 pounds. I'll put it up on the screen. It does have a TSA lock. The wheels on this are really good. It has 4 360 wheels. It does also, in addition to the top handle, have a side handle, which if you're pulling this off of the baggage claim or you just need to pick it up and put it in the car, you are going to use this so much more than you think. But on one side, you do have a large zip compartment. I like to think of this for anything loose in my suitcase, any of my packing cubes, which Quince has some excellent ones. You do have 2 zipper compartments. And then on the other side, you do have this attached large mesh pocket, let's call it. This is so great for your undergarments or anything that you might need to get quickly. And it does then have 1 open compartment on the other side. Once you've packed this side up, you will put the mesh flap down and just hook it all in together. And it kind of acts like another layer of compression. There is also an extender on this suitcase. It is just very well thought out. I got it in the navy because I am enjoying my Americana navy and red summer, but it does come in several other color options. And the other thing about maximizing your space is I see at the airport especially all the time people taking their handbag as their personal item. If you don't need any more space, then don't worry about this. But what I always do is I use a larger tote bag, which I love something like this, especially if I think I might need it on vacation. It's a way to get it on the airplane. You can obviously have different things in here. Like I'm packed from my last trip. I have my curling iron, sunglasses in here. But then I like to have a smaller handbag. That way when I get to my destination, I'm ready to go. I have my purse. But do you guys see how much more I was able to get on the airplane? Both of these are considered a personal item. So I always have a larger tote bag or weekender that I put my handbag in. The other thing is if I'm really stressed for space, I'll use a large soft weekender. Quince has this fabulous one that matches back to the suitcase really nicely. Also, the luggage and my weekender both came with dust bags. I mean, Quince is just absolutely premium. And this is a kind of nylon material quilted duffel. It reminds me so much of the MZ Wallace duffel bag that I think is over $300. And I like that this one is soft because you can really stuff it, which you might not need going on your trip, but if you buy any souvenirs coming back, you probably will. It does have a laptop case, 2 slip pockets. It has this great front zipper front with additional pockets. And then in the back, it does have a pass-through trolley pocket, so you can unzip it if you want to add it onto your suitcase, but then if you want to use it as a regular pocket, you just zip it back up. And I mean, how pretty does that look with the navy suitcase? Oh, I almost forgot. This suitcase also has a laundry bag that stays in a side pocket, so when you're not using it, it's out of the way, and then you can just remove it. I also like to keep my passport card in that pouch. I have been known before on a trip to lose my ID, so now I always keep that in my carry-on suitcase, so should that happen to me again, I can actually catch my flight home. All right, this one might be a tough one. I feel like it's what most travel advice says to do, but my second don't is don't pack only basics or just neutrals to play it safe on your trip. What I would do instead is pick a color palette based off the season or your location or even the occasion. You're gonna have a lot more fun with your wardrobe, and I personally like to match my destination.
For example, when I went to Beverly Hills, I went in the summertime, so I did location plus the season, and you can see by my suitcase, everything is not matchy-matchy, but it still coordinates, it goes together. So when you commit to a color palette, it does make it a lot easier to put outfits together to pack for your trip, and even the prints that I brought on this trip arguably don't match much at first glance. They're very bold, but they have a lot of different colors. They look like the location, they look like the season, which I think added to the overall vibe of the trip. Now, on a completely different vacation, I wanted to have that Hamptons, Americana, New England look. So for this, I really focused on prints like stripes and gingham, and I leaned in heavy on navy and reds. And this just made for easy packing in a true mix and match wardrobe. The other thing to keep in mind is the occasion. So are you attending a wedding? Do you have a birthday trip to Walt Disney World? Are you attending a bachelorette party? Because all of these will affect how you put together outfits and how you pack.
All right, number 3, don't bring a bunch of shoes, pack 6 pairs just in case you might need them. Do try to stick to the 3 max shoe rule. For me, that's typically a comfortable walking around shoe, some sort of dressier shoe, and a sandal that I know will just match basically anything that I have in my suitcase.
But of course, tailor this to your destination. The important thing is to try to keep the number of shoes down. But if I'm headed to the pool or the beach, I'm throwing in a pair of rubber shoes or my favorite pair of flip-flops.
And number 4, don't pack too many one-wear only items, especially when it comes to your beachwear. Do pack items that you can get some good double duty out of.
And this is so easy to do with swimsuits. So my whole outfit head to toe here is from Quince. I'm wearing their red one-piece swimsuit as a bodysuit here with the matching pants. This is not just a hack for one-piece swimsuits though. I'm wearing the Walmart Tankini top. I threw this on with a regular pair of pants and it is a full outfit ready to go.
And number 5, don't fill your suitcase with those just in case items. Do choose outfits that you know you're gonna wear.
And how you're gonna do this is by planning out every outfit that you need. It seems like a lot, but we're gonna break it down. So first of all, look at your itinerary, see how many outfits each day you're gonna need. And we've already established that we are gonna either pick our looks by the vibes or by the location. Either one of them will work. Now, when I'm putting together outfits and planning, it really depends on how much time I have. Sometimes I do something quick like this just on my desktop so I can put together my outfits and have a visual representation. Sometimes I get super into it and I make individual edits for each piece. I do really love this because then I don't forget anything whenever I'm packing. Even if you don't want to get that involved, I do recommend having some sort of system on your cell phone. Like here, I'm using the Notes app. I just copy and pasted photos, just really quickly trying on what I want to pack. Also, a little tip here, you can view the images of yourself large or small. Large is nice for seeing all the details, but I also like to see it at a glance. And if nothing else, I would recommend just taking a photo of all the pieces that you're going to use. Now, remember to try everything on still, just so you can guarantee that it's going to work. It's going to work all together when you get to your destination.
And number 6, another one that I feel like is kind of anti-typical advice, but don't shy away from using accessories just because you're on vacation. Instead, do lean into using accessories to complete an outfit, make something feel a little more unique and special.
A great way to do this is with your handbags. I typically pack small micro bags. I get asked about this a lot of whether they fit my cell phone, and actually both of these here do. It's not a prerequisite for me though, because normally on a trip I have my phone in my hand, whether I'm taking a photo or needing to navigate. Another option is to pack flat bags. This is especially great with totes. On my recent trip, I did pack this stripe orange Target canvas tote, and it took up virtually no space in my suitcase. And once I had it all stuffed, it did hold quite a bit. And for a little bonus, let's say do and don't, in general in your suitcase, I would avoid bags that are overly structured. So the basket summary bags that we're seeing right now to anything that's going to be hard and stiff in your luggage. If you do end up really needing a bag like that, I would consider using it like a packing cube so you can at least take full advantage of the space. But most of the time I do try to stick to squishier, flat flat and small backs.
And number 7, do not shy away from patterns. Do use prints to amplify your outfit.
If you don't know where to start, I recommend stripes. They are a classic and they match back to everything. I love this Quince organic cotton stripe button down. It is soft and it's the perfect color blue. Also, that Target bag, even though it's orange, it weirdly matches everything. I even went back after it with a little pattern on pattern with these boxer shorts. And if you are a neutrals person, black and white gingham is a great place to dip your toe in trying out different prints and patterns, because you basically can wear these the same way you would wear just a regular black pair of pants. And I also just loved this little coastal seaside inspired dress from Target. This is another one that might be more versatile of a wear than you think on vacation, because there are so many different colors in this dress. You can definitely match it back to something that you're already taking on your trip.
All right, number 8, I'm going to circle back to basics because we all have them in our wardrobe. So don't ditch your basics, but do upgrade them with personality.
So of course I could pack just a plain white t-shirt, but I opted for something with a little more personality with these vacation sketches on it. Same thing goes for your tank tops. This one does have the location, which is really on trend right now, and just overall feels more vacation-y than if I had a solid tank top. Same thing with these Target tanks that have the fun summer embellishments. They do come in a couple of other colors, and even a classic wardrobe staple like a cardigan can be updated with these embroidered nautical designs.
And number 9, do not weigh down your suitcase. Do pack a breezy layer instead.
I'm a big fan this time of year of the Gauzy, either linen blend button down, the cotton button down. They are just lightweight and they really match anything from wearing it over a swimsuit, wearing it with a tank top. You can throw it on with a dress. But there are those cases where you might need something bulkier and use the old airport hack of wearing your heavier jackets on the plane. You do not want to bust up good suitcase space with those.
And number 10, don't pack for just bedtime. Think about your balcony coffee, those casual lunches, and just having to run down to the hotel lobby.
I feel like a super easy way to do this is with matching two-piece sets. Is this pajamas? Is it loungewear? Is it a swimsuit cover-up? It can do all three. Also, finding PJ that do look like they could be real clothes as well, like the satin striped pants. This is actually a pajama pant from Walmart. They're under $15. I can probably thank the PJ in public trend because this is a really popular look right now, but I wore these to brunch. I wore them on a full travel day with my stripe half zip up that I have on today, and I loved the way this looked.
Which, by the way, how much did those pajama pants match my Quince suitcase? So a big thank you again to Quince for partnering with me on today's video. If you guys are interested in anything that I shared today, it will be in the description box as well as the pinned comment. And I almost forgot a secret emoji. So if you made it this far, go ahead and leave me the suitcase emoji. That way I know you hung in there with me till the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see y'all in the next one.